Yo, what's up, guys? Hey, look, another day, another addendum video. Hey, it is what it is. Lightwater here, aka, maybe you know me as Swiftwater, the little bit of Resto druiding. Okay, so more mistakes, of course, naturally. Unfortunately, I forgot to factor in the initial heal that rejuv gets right away when you heal with it. Who knew? So rejuv actually gets technically 6 ticks, right? Which means that it gets pushed up quite a bit better, right? I tried to change as much of the math as I could, but I'm just out of time, and the expansion releases today, and I don't want to really be doing any more than the 3 hours of theory crafting I just did. Again, try to update as much of this as possible. But I will just give you the TLDR, guys. So this opens up some different ways to play the game, actually. Let's see if we can talk about it real quick. So believe it or not, Vision of Unending Growth, if you all in on it, and you get 33% haste from your gear, or at least 33% average haste, that will give you 11 ticks of the heal. So I spent a lot of time testing this rejuv heal, and I noticed something weird was going on with the math when you use photosynthesis. It's using bloodlust math. Bloodlust, if you guys don't know, is both additive and multiplicative. Why? But that's just how Blizzard decided to use it. And I think that they want bloodlust to always be a like 30 or 40% HPS or DPS no matter what, right? So what that means is that no matter what, your photosynthesis always gives you plus 20% hot healing after everything is said and done. Plus 20% more hots, right? So that means if you get 33% haste, you have your number plus 33% haste, but then you get 20% of 33%, and then you get 20%. It's like I don't know how to describe it. I wrote it here, right? So the equation would be something like this. So let's say for this equation you use 30% haste. You have your initial ticks of 6 plus 20%. So now you're at 7.2 ticks. Now you get plus 30% because you had 30% from your gear. Now that 30% gets plus by 20%, becoming 36%. And so then your 7.2 plus 36% would become 9.792 procs, right? So I did the math, and all you need is 33% haste, just barely, to give you 11 ticks. And at that point, you'll be receiving 37.7% increased rejuv healing on average. Now rejuv, even though I now has 6 ticks, it still kind of sucks. But you can make it good with photo and this legendary if you guys want to play a very old, tried and true traditional Resto druid that just spams rejuvs. Believe it or not, it's possible. It is possible. So that's cool. Also, it means that like the math for like the spells is a lot closer. Like wild growthing on cooldown isn't necessarily seeming like the play, like as efficiency goes. Because rejuv with like cultivation just beats it. Also, this means cultivation I think is worth a little bit more because rejuvs are worth a little bit more. So that rose maybe kind of unlocked a little bit. I tried to update as many of these talent rows as I could. Also, I buffed Tree of Life a little bit and I buffed Flourish a little bit to reflect the changes. I still think, guys, I really do. I'm willing to die in my healed here that the build I suggested before is the best. I really do. I really believe that. But that being said, I think that the conduit that buffs wild growth is worth a little bit less now. Just because you have like okay efficient ways to heal now that rejuv has been sort of buffed in my book. Proper math has been implemented. Also, this means that you can soul forest technically rejuvs, and it's not the end of the world. They're like, okay. I still think soul the foresting regrowth almost at any type of regrowth is bis, right? Obviously, if you soul the forest a free regrowth, it's going to heal for plus 32%. So yeah, I think I'm liking all the modifiers kind of going into Resto druid, and I feel like a really good Resto druid is going to be able to take advantage of this. And I feel like the builds are sort of like freed up, right? I think that you could probably pull off Tree of Life Flourish now. I feel like there's definitely a possibility for a photo cultivation just rejuv spammer. And if you're going to be doing just rejuv spamming, I I actually think that you could pull off abundance, because the free regrowths that you would be getting from all of the hasted up life bloom procs would be pretty often. And this would pretty much guarantee, because if you're just spamming just rejuvs and not stacking any crit, this would probably give you like a lot of free crit, right? Like your average number of rejuvs is going to be very high. So this would probably like increase regrowth healing by, I don't know, like maybe like an average of 6-7 stacks of this, so like 40% because of the crit. It sort of depends, but that would this is obviously if we're talking about the haste build. So I think there's kind of 3 builds that are forming now in as far as I'm concerned. You know, you've got sort of the cooldown tree of life build. There's my build that's just photo, soul of the forest, spring blossoms, abundance, and you're just sort of trading off on targets, probably stacking more mastery. And then there was the cultivation, you know, multiplying the rejuv with the legendary. So, and I think with the flourish and tree of life legendary, I'm not quite sure which one of these would be the one to go. I haven't really thought about that. I mean, I guess yeah, I'm not quite sure, honestly. Because you're all about like this moment, right? You're all about these like this 3-minute cooldown with this 1.5-minute cooldown lineup. And here's the thing, you can still run flourish without running tree of life, in my opinion. Because you could use soul of the forest on an empowered wild growth, and then flourish that wild growth, and that wild growth will heal for a lot. That might honestly be worth it, because then you could still do decent healing outside of the cooldown, right? Like tree form and flourish might be overkill. I don't know. The math's all messed up, and I don't have time to fix it now. So, you know, I guess things are, you know, looking to be kind of your choice. You know, I don't feel comfortable telling you guys like what's best now. Just because. Oh yeah. Also, I should mention I messed up on spring blossoms for whatever reason. The hot doesn't get any scaling on haste, so that was something that I felt like I was dead sure about, and I was wrong. I don't know why it doesn't speed up the tick rate. Maybe I was using life bloom and I thought the tick rate was sped up, but it wasn't. Hey, that's my bad. It still gets normal scaling on it because it's tied to the application of the mushroom, which is increased by haste. So there was that. I messed up the math on tree form a little bit. I fixed it. I think I was underselling flourish a tiny bit, so I buffed that, plus the increased healing from rejuv. So yeah, after everything's all said and done, I'm still willing to die on my hill. I still think this is the best build, but I think it's way closer, and it'll probably come down to skill and preference at this point. So there it is. There it is, my addendum. Of course, we had to have an addendum. You know, when I'm like, after I do the theory crafting, and it's been like 16 hours, and I'm poring over it, and I'm like, where did I make a mistake? I know I made a mistake. Where is it? And I can't find it. And it's always the next day. Someone's like, hey, you missed all of these things. And I was like I try so hard, but it just seems like it never matters. Oh well, hey, at least I'm trying to do it. I feel like that's worth it. So okay, yeah, let me know how you guys feel about certain things. Let me know if you're leaning one way or the other. You know, I do think that, yeah, I mean, I think it's cool now that there's possibly just a purely spamming rejuv build. There's a I print free regrowth build. And then, I don't know, maybe it would be this one for the flourish playstyle. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you for watching. I will be streaming later today. I didn't get much sleep, so I hope I'm able to play for a long time. Maybe we'll get a nap in. I gotta go grocery shopping. We gotta get some Mountain Dew. It's Shadowlands, baby. Have fun. See you guys later.